the Francis W. Parker School in Chicago, Illinois. A little bit of controversy. A little bit of controversy from Francis W. Parker. Let me see if I can find it. So Francis W. Parker, it was, I believe, the dean of like student admissions. I should have pulled it up here. Yeah, here we go. So the dean of student admissions at that's David Terrell Green calling me. I'll have to call him back. Hopefully he's not in jail. The dean of students, Joseph Bruno, not Juno, not Bruno Mars, was handing out butt plugs and dildos to the students. Right, this is a private school, not a religious school, just a private school. He was handing out butt plugs and dildos to the students. And this was the email that the school district sent, that the principal in the school district sent out to the parents. Dear Parker community, we are writing to let you know that one of our employees, while at a conference last week, was targeted by a right-wing fringe group of individuals that seeks to undermine and manipulate diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging work in schools. This evening, the group showed up outside the school and attempted to confront and ambush this employee with aggressive questions. A handful of students and family members were present. This incident is very upsetting. And I don't know, I think handing out sex toys to children is upsetting. And we stand in full support of our employee. Full support. There you have it. They support him. You think it's a big conspiracy? You think it's a big conspiracy now? Right? We have put additional security measures in place and will notify the community should there be any additional activity from this group regarding the school or our employee. You know, the best security thing you could do for the safety of your students would be to fire that guy and have his ass arrested. But you wouldn't do that. Tell me, what? They said it right there, man. They said it right there. Diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging. I'm sorry. Pedophiles don't belong in schools. There's no belonging for pedophiles in schools. And you know what? That group wouldn't have to show up and harass that guy if you would have done your job and fired him and turned him into the police. Tell me what, woke liberals in the comments, if your heads haven't exploded halfway through this episode. Someone tell me under what circumstances is it appropriate for any grown adult, much less a high-ranking member of a school, a trusted adult, right? Under what circumstances is it acceptable? Is it okay for somebody like that to hand out butt plugs and dildos to high schoolers? Don't care if they're 17, 16, or 11. Under what circumstances is that okay? That's what we mean by groomers. I have no idea this guy's sexuality, no idea that the gender, sexuality, whatever, of the kids he was handing it out to, doesn't matter. That's what we mean when we call you guys groomers. You're filth. There's no excuse for that. There's no rational excuse. There's no reasonable circumstances on the planet imaginable. You know, I guess unless Victor Bout came out and said, hey, he pointed a gun at his head and said, hey, I'm going to blow this school up if you don't hand these kids dildos and butt plugs, since Joe Biden let me out. I guess that would be the only actual circumstances where I could understand maybe doing that, but that's never happened and never will. It's ridiculous. It's a completely made up situation. So no. Francis W. Parker School in Chicago, Illinois. And they removed the principal's email address. You're groomers. You're pedophiles. You enable pedophiles and groomers, at the very least. Someone tell me. I'm serious. Again, serious questions here. When is it okay to give a kid a butt plug? I understand how they passed out condoms at school nurses and stuff, and I'm not crazy about that either, but I can kind of understand just from a public health perspective, there ain't no public health benefit for butt plugs. Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, be sure to click the link in the description to get the full episode on Rumble. If you prefer to listen along, you could actually get us on Spotify, Spreaker, and iHeartRadio. You can also go to www.outlawstreamers.com to learn more about not just my show, but tons of other great shows and all the exciting projects they have coming up. Follow my socials at Caleb Isn't Funny on Twitter and Instagram, at Caleb Salvatore Comedy on the Chinese Spy app that is TikTok, and be sure to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thanks, and we'll see you every Saturday for brand new episodes of That's Based. Peace.